All right, no time to play a game. Welcome back. Kings F here, back with another video for you guys. Happy Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of cool fireworks. Had some great food. Spent some time with family and friends. And unfortunately, going back to work today, unless you were smart and decided to take an extra day off, which is something I probably should have done for myself, but that's neither here nor there. I have vacation coming up within the next month for my national holiday. But today's video is a little bit of a disruptance. I was hoping to be opening the Chaos Origins case today, but unfortunately, FedEx doesn't like me very much. FedEx, for some odd reason, I guess, the location that is located in decided to delay my package, so it's actually not going to arrive until tomorrow. Don't know why, considering the fact that I had my package from Japan come in the mail on the 4th of July. So, you know, FedEx is weird. Each branch is different and all that other stuff. So I didn't get any of my Chaos Origin stuff yet. That's supposed to be here tomorrow. So as soon as I get that, I can start filming that video. The case opening is going to be a pain in the butt because, of course, it's a case. But I did buy a lot of booster packs of Burst Protocol. We opened this a while ago. The one thing I didn't do for this video, or at least for these packs, I didn't actually do like a 50 blister pack opening. I think I did a standard blister versus booster for these. I really don't know why. I think, I don't know, maybe just at the time I wasn't thinking about it and I'm just like, you know, let me try this again. I might have did it for something else. And I figured at the last minute, I was like, you know what? I didn't do one for Burst Protocol. Let me see how I pull out of the doing a lot of blister packs for this. Now, unfortunately, this isn't 50. There's only 32. I actually bought out the remaining stock from Hobbyville. I went on Hobbyville, they still have blister packs left. I said, hopefully I can get my hands on 50 of them. They only had 32 left in stock, so I literally cleaned the inventory. So if you go to Hobbyville's website right now, I believe if this is still listed on the website, it'll show you sold out. That's my fault because I purchased everything that they had. So shout out to Hobbyville. Of course, if you guys are new to them, they are one of my channel's affiliates. I pretty much buy all of my TCG stuff, at least for blister versus boosters. I bought my case from there and a couple other big things there, for the most part, exclusively. They are a Canadian retailer. They sell the boxes and everything a little bit cheaper than you won't find it, and they don't charge sales tax on orders for shipping to the United States of America, and they have free shipping for anything $175 and up. Pokemon is an exception, and then of course I think they're doing pre-orders for Magnificent Monsters, which is the really big deal set in Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming out in September, and I got to rant about that one later because they're doing pre-orders on that, but they're charging almost double the MSRP for that set, along with almost everybody else. So we'll talk about that later, maybe on an episode of Unpopular Opinions. But check them out if you do. The link's down in the bio. That helps out the channel. It helps me support and buy stuff for the channel, so I'm going to open. And if you're a first-time purchaser, you can use the code NT2E. You'll see a little lower third pop up down here for 5% off your very first purchase. So it helps out the channel. And actually, the case and everything I purchased between Rarity Collection and that case was mostly contributed to you guys because a lot of you guys went in and bought a lot of stuff using the affiliate link. And essentially paid for like a quarter of the case. So thank you guys for that have done that and continue to do that. So keep doing that for me. It helps the channel out, and it helps me buy product, and it helps me be able to do openings like this and future openings in the near future. So that way it's not all coming out of me. So it's a collective effort, and I do appreciate all of you guys and do trust that merchants. I don't recommend a lot of things unless I stand behind them and or use them myself, especially when it comes to saving money in this awful economy. So if you guys want to check them out, follow the link, and then they do like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Star Wars, One Piece. They do it all, but of course the stuff that's like in demand is going to be generally more money. Pokemon is a little bit above MSRP. It's not at market, and it's not super high, but it is what it is because Pokemon is a hot mess. But I digress. So let's get this thing going and crack it open. So yeah, so this video isn't forever long. So Burst Protocol. Now, this set was pretty devastating. It's a good set because it features the new Albaz support, which is still terrorizing the meta to this day because Branded is still like one of the best decks in the format. And yeah, so I think Fallen in the White's in here, Forbidden Crown's in here, the new Ecclesia's in here, and then all the Rokket support. Oh, and also featured Elf Notes. I forgot about that as well. I think this was the initial set that had Elf Notes in it. Telestian, the Magna Warrior, and it had Magna Warriors in it as well. The Realized Liberation. Oh, that's where these guys came from, because they reprinted all the Thea Realized cards in Battle of Legends, but they're all Ultras, which I need to get my hands on because I would like to rarity bump my Thea Realized cards. It just dawned on me, I'm like, oh, Liberation's in this one. So where'd the other one come? I can't remember where the other Thea Realized card came from. So we're gonna see how we do out of opening 32s. So this is like a booster box and a half for the most part. We'll see if we can get a nice, there's another Tribe Grade kit. So our first secret rare. Not a bad one out of that one. See if we can get a Starlight rare out of it, because I don't think we pull the Starlight out of this set. I can't remember. I don't believe it did. So let's see if we can get a good Starlight out of here. I know when we did the openings, we pulled a lot. We pulled a lot of Fallen and Whites, and I actually sold both of them because I don't like I don't like branded really. I don't like playing against branded, and I don't like playing branded per se. Invoked Magna and Omega, so they're for ultra rare. And all this also like Doomsday stuff in it too. I forgot, but yeah. And it's kind of funny. Like I've never been as bad as this is, and I guess you can kind of see it as a minor loser mentality. I don't. Usually the top decks in the format for Yu-Gi-Oh! I generally don't like. And it's one of those things where it's just like, it's not just because it's the best deck in the room, it's just I don't like how it plays. For me, ooh, there's another Dark Lord Evan Sarstick, a secret rare. A lot of ways that the meta decks play, at least the top decks in the format, I just don't like how they play personally. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't like. And it's not like I don't like complex combos or the interactions. I just don't like how they operate. And if I don't like how a deck plays, I'm not gonna play it. Like, this is my thing. It's one of those things. It's like I could learn the deck, especially going against it. I learn a lot of it just to see how it operates. And ooh, Spenda, third secret. Jesus Christ, we're pulling a lot of stuff out of this one. But yeah, but generally speaking, if I don't enjoy playing the deck, I generally just don't do it. And yes, in like regionals and YCSs and stuff like that, or like, you know, maybe the 1 or 2 YCSs I could participate in, because I generally do Indianapolis, or if they do one in Chicago in the near future, I definitely will do that. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, I should play this deck, or I should really learn this deck and really practice and use that deck in the format so I can top and get and get higher up. But I also like having fun, and that's the other downside to being competitive. It's just like you either like are super competitive or you have fun, or you can try to find a bridge in between the middle. So right now my favorite deck is Elf Note, and Elf Note is a good deck for the format. It is a topping deck. Speaking of Elf Note, Elf Fortuna. You know, played right with the right pilot, it probably will be like one of the top, well, it kind of is one of the top decks currently, but you know, we're in the WCQ era, so I don't think there's a YCS coming up until September. Because I did get an email from the judges list to sign up to be a judge for a YCS, and I think that was Houston. So that should be after Worlds, because Worlds is in August. Conduction, Warrior, Plasma. But yeah, Worlds is in August. So Nationals should be coming up, I think next week, or it's the week after. It's within the next 2 weeks for those to get their world spots. Then of course, you know, Worlds is in Japan again this year, in August. And then after that, we'll pretty much have a format reset, because we probably get one more we'll probably get another ban list. And then, yeah, the format will change, because usually I think it's like there's like one YCS where the format really doesn't change much, but also Worlds has a special ban list. Worlds doesn't have the same ban list that the traditional TCG does, but depending on how those decks do will probably determine what kind of changes the meta in the format based on that. And then also Beyond the Brave, I think, comes out in October, so that'll be another new set out of that. But I don't think there's any real archetypal changes coming out of that set. Personally, I haven't seen every single card that came out of the set. I know that they previewed a lot of it in Japan, and I think they've already shown the full set. I didn't really look at it, but I haven't seen anything that's going to be like, oh, this is going to really shift the meta that much. Whichever set the tunes come out on, in which I don't think it's Beyond the Brave. I think there's a deck builder set we're probably going to get that's going to have the tunes in it. When the tunes come out, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a meta shifter. Those decks are the ones that are going to shift the meta around. Rescue Ace Quick. I forgot there was a Rescue Ace card in the set. But yeah, but the new tune support is going to definitely change the meta. So whenever that comes out, it's probably going to see a really big change of that. I feel like it's going to come out on a deck builder set, so they probably just haven't announced the deck builder set just yet, because I feel like it should come out before, or it could come out in Magnificent Monsters. They could put it in there, because that set has reprints and also new cards along with the new Dark Magician support. So it could come out in that. Miriam the Living Quicksilver. Oh, that's new. Cards I just haven't seen. It's kind of funny. It's just like, I haven't seen a lot of, like, well, and I pulled quite extensively out of this set. I guess I only pulled the good stuff. But, yeah, so that's just my feeling on it. I just don't, I hate playing the meta stuff. Now, like, if I enjoy it, like I said, the deck, if I really love the deck and it just so happens to be meta, then that'll be the once in a blue moon. It's a fall on a white. This is the 4th secret rare, by the way. This card is expensive as, the card's 80 bucks. Or is it still 80 bucks? The last time I looked at it, it was 80 bucks. I think it's still floating around there. I don't know if it's gone up some more, but everybody's playing that. I guess that'll be the one I keep. Well, we'll see, because I know people use branded as an engine. So we'll see how that one operates on that side. A duplicate of the Ultra Rares is a 4th Ultra. But yeah, so that's my feelings on branded. So like I said, I like Elf Note right now, even though Elf Note is like kind of up there or kind of predicted to be one of the best decks because it can be. So we'll see how it goes. I still need to get some, well, the cards I need at Elf Note are in Chaos Origins, and when we get that case, it'll give me everything else I need, because I really just need June Pride, and I could just buy that card for like $1. But knowing that I purchased the case is one of those situations where it's just like, yeah, I could buy the card for $1, but I got a case coming, which is gonna pretty much guarantee a copy of June Pride, because it's an ultra rare and you get 4 ultras per box, and the case has 12 boxes. And then I got all the blisters coming, so I'm guaranteed to at least pull maybe a play set of June Prides out of that one. So it is what it is. I care more about like seeing if I can get the full arts, or how many of those I'll actually get out of the set or not. That's really more I care about. I want to see the ratios between the Starlight Rares and the full arts, because I'm predicting that, just like, it's very similar to Rarity Collection, because Rarity, I think it was one, it might be one per, it's either 1 per case or 1 per every other case of a Starlight full art. I only opened 1 case of Rarity, so that's all I saw, so that's just my assumption. I could be wrong on that, but it's either 1 per case or it's 1 per every other case. So I'm thinking that for a core set, Junk Salt Mode, that it's probably 1 per every other case to get a Starlight overframe, because I think the overframe ratios, well, the overframe ratios are either the Starlight ratios now, and the Starlights, they put more of them in the cases from what I've kind of seen. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like I said, I'll find that out when I get my case. But yeah, that's what I think. Another GMX stuff. We're pulling all the supers now, which is kind of funny. Hey, I'm okay with it. Like I said, we pulled four secret rares out of blisters. And realistically speaking, like that fallen in white is like enough to pretty much pay for how much I spent for these, because how much I spent on these? Yeah, I spent about $100. Yeah, about $100 got me all these blisters, because they were $3 a pack. So yeah, so about 32. Yeah, about $100. So yeah, that one card right there, like, pretty much made up all the money back for the most part. Because like I said, that card's like around 80 bucks. It might be closer to 90, to be wholeheartedly honest. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that by itself, and then I think Spenda and maybe Tri-Brigade kits. Because Tri-Brigade, I think, is like a $10 card, because it's, you know, if you're playing pure branded, it's important. So yeah, those 2 cards by themselves pretty much paid for this entire thing. No Starlight. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen a Starlight rare. I know it's not super common, but you know, this is one of those things that I'm like, out of this many blisters, I would expect it to probably see at least 1. And we still have like 10 more to go, so we're not done by a mile. So like I said, we'll see how things go. I still have a lot of learning to do with a lot of decks. I'm still like getting used to some of the new intricate ways to play Elf Note, which fortunately Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, Master Duel Pro has been helping with that tremendously. Jesus Christ, this is a 3rd copy of this card. 3 copies of the same Ultra. But yeah, that's been helping out. And then I still got to learn Ritual Light and Dark, which doesn't seem super complicated, but I think that's going to be one of those decks that I definitely need to like, that's one of the decks where I need to like interact with people to actually make sure I kind of got it down. So we'll see. Nightmare Hands for the Heck Hands people. Ugh, I hate that deck too. Well, I don't really hate that deck, but it's annoying. The fact that there's a card in there that just says, hey, look at 2 random cards in your opponent's extra deck and just summon it. I'm like, that's not fair. Well, like I said, especially if it's like one of those like super difficult boss monsters, and like in your pendulum, or like in your like a 12-star synchro monster, or like Varudris or so. Well, I mean, XCs aren't as bad because it'll summon the XC's monster and they won't have material, so their effects really won't work. So that's not that big of a deal. But like strong links and strong synchro monsters, especially for in the sense of Elf Mode, because all those synchros are strong. Like imagine like hitting Cosmic Blazar Dragon and then your opponent just says, oh, I'm just gonna summon that. And you're just like, well, what do I do now? Because there's nothing I can do about it. You have a permanent negate and a 4,000 beat stick. And I can't get over that. I still need to figure out, like, this, well, oh yeah, because like that card's like almost impossible to negate because it's like it attributes itself for cost. So yeah, I hate the card. Another Morning Star. Okay, that's a second one of those. So this is our fifth. Wow, this card is thick. This is very thick card stock. So there's our 5th secret rare. We're pulling a lot of secrets. I'll take it. Not too mad at that. There's really one secret rare I kind of, well, actually there's 2 because Ecclesia, I haven't seen the new Ecclesia yet, which is interesting. And I haven't seen Forbidden Crown either. Cards that I eventually, well, I mean, Forbidden Crown I don't need as much. I thought I was gonna need it, and then like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a side deckable card. It's not, that card isn't as prevalent as people thought it was going to be. It's still stupid expensive because all Forbidden cards are expensive, and it's a good interruption, but I don't know. It's one of those things that it's like, it's not as popular as I thought it was, so I'd have figured the price would have came down on that card, and it didn't. I'm surprised I haven't seen any other elf notes. Well, I know they're supposed to be ultras anyway, so. Yeah, the only one that's a secret is Lucina in this set, but the rest of them are, but there's other supers, because the spell is a super. The Rhapsodia, I've seen Rhapsodia, I just kind of blazed over it. So yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen any other ones. Kind of interesting. And then there's another Dark Lord Jerusalem, followed by everything else. We are on the last 4 packs? Yeah, it looks like 4. Can we get a Starlight Rare? Or maybe at least one more like heavy hitting secret? A Starlight would be nice. I would love to see a Starlight, which doesn't seem like we're getting right now. But like I said, it's okay. And then Shrispazurl Dragon, another one of those. Go ahead and that's last 3 packs of Burst Protocol. And once again, shout out to Hobbyville. Thanks for getting me to hook up on these. Like I said, I think I'm going to keep this pattern going forward. Is like well, at least for the main sets. I'm not doing this for every single set. That's just lunacy. I'm not doing it for the deck builder sets because most of the deck builder sets, I mean, the way those ratios are kind of put together, they're just there. So I'm not going to spend that much money on the deck builder sets. But but for the core sets, at least especially if the core sets are good. Like if a core set is just like really really bad, I probably won't do it. Don't mean to bum you guys out, but it's just like, yeah, if the core set's really really bad, Jesus Christ, I'm literally the only elf note card I'm seeing out here is Fortuna. It's like, you need more Fortunas. That's a one of. Don't even play more than one of these. All right, last pack magic. Let's see if we get anything good. So far, like I said, we pulled pretty good out of these. I'm not gonna lie. The ultras, nothing really to talk about, but the secrets, at least 2 of them are good. Is this one potentially another secret or Starlight Rare? Survey says nope. Crimson Blader Assault Mode out of that one in Doomsday. So cool. So we pulled, so we got a booster box and a half. So we pulled at least our 4 ultras. We didn't pull nowhere near that many other ultras out of here. So we got Invoked, Rescue Ace, and then a playset of these Meridiums, the Living Quicksilver. Didn't even know that. And then we pulled duplicate Morning Stars, but we did get a Fallen in White, another Spenda, and then another Tribal Beads kit. I think this is my second one. I never moved the other one, so it's nice to have. I guess I'll hold on to Fallen in the White because this card is stupid expensive. I see how much Spenda is now. I think Spenda is still like 10 bucks, so we'll see how that goes out of that one. And then the rest of it. So no Starlight Rares, but overall, we did severely pull over ratio with the secret rares. We pulled like, was it 5 of them? Yeah, 5 of them. So per 2 per booster box, we pretty much definitely overpulled in terms of the ratios out of that one. So thank you guys for watching this particular video. If you did like this content, make sure you give us a like, comment, and a subscribe. Especially if you're new to the channel, please do hit that. We're on a goal of 850 subscribers before we slowly climb our way to 1,000. And then just let me know your thoughts and let me know some other video ideas that you guys would like to see in the future. I will be planning probably the next episode of Unpopular Opinions, and hopefully, as long as FedEx doesn't screw me, Wednesday you guys will see the case opening video, followed by Blister versus Boosters, and then of course the 50 packs of Chaos Origins, which that's gonna be interesting because the blister packs, if you pull full arts out of those, it's gonna be a very good day for me. It'll be like, I'll be very, very happy, but fingers crossed, it's possible, but you know, the odds of that are very, very low, but we've done weird things in the past. So we'll see how that whole thing goes. But in the meantime, it's King Zeph, no time to explain. Until next time, I'm out. See you guys Wednesday. Peace.